Holy hell, you guys. That was quite a nothing burger that PlayStation just gave us. I'm a casual PlayStation fan, but I still watched the presentation and I have some thoughts. So let's talk about how the only thing we have coming is Saros in 2026, and we have basically nothing to look forward to, but there were a few gems in here, so let me break down this presentation for you real quick. Off the bat, we started the presentation off with Monster Hunter Wilds, which looks fine. I don't have too much of an opinion about it because, like, it's just a game that I'm probably not going to play. I'm not a Monster Hunter guy. And you know what? You're gonna acknowledge there's going to be a huge trend with most of these games. I'm not going to be super interested in them. And also, before we get too far into this, Josie, your voice, Josie, your face. Listen, no makeup, and I'm sick, you guys. It's gonna be a rough video. We know this. But I do have some things I want to touch on, so I figured we might as well make a little video. Shinobi. Let's talk about Shinobi. That shit looks so fire. Shinobi was probably one of my most hyped showcases of this announcement, and it wasn't even announced here, right? We've known about Shinobi for a while, but this looks fantastic. It has a great art style, and there's some, like, really good movement mechanics I can see here. It also reminds me a lot of 2D Metroid, which I'm a fan of, so it would be, contrary to popular belief, chat, I am a fan of it. So this looks great, right up my alley, a Metroidvania with a great art style. I'm super excited for this game. Following suit, we got Sonic Cross Worlds, which looks fine. I mean, it's a Sonic Racer, very cool for fans of Sonic Racers. Again, I'm not a big Sonic person, but I think it is cool for fans of it. Digimon Storytime Stranger, I don't know, it's like another visual novel Digimon game, because apparently the last one was such a success, and honestly, I heard really good things about that game, but I heard conflicting things. I don't know. Have you played it? Let me know down below. Then we got basically like a Devil May Cry lookalike with Lost Soul aside. The gameplay looked pretty cool. They had good graphics. It was just like a hack and slash type game. It's not a game traditionally, again, that I'm super interested in. You're gonna hear me saying this a lot, and I know. I apologize. I'm a Nintendo gamer. You guys followed me for a reason, and it's not to talk about PlayStation, but today we're dipping our toe into the wider gaming market. They showed off some lame-ass shit like WWE 2K25, which if you're a fan of, hey, all power to you. Then we got Borderlands 4, which looks pretty cool. I think this is a game I'm going to check out. I'm interested in playing. I love the art style of these games. I've gotten big into shooters in recent memory, and I like playing the mouse and keyboard, but you know what I got? Some control freak shit on my controllers here, so I can be more of a pro gamer at all times on the controller as well. So if you're interested, I have a code Josie Woah. Check that out, Control Freak. It'll be linked down below. Sorry to plug, but it seemed like a perfect timing, and honestly, yeah, I'm excited for it to some degree. I'll definitely check it out. Then, here's the big thing that we've known about for a long time, and it's honestly very close to coming out. Split Faction. People are sleeping on this chat. I'm sick of it. I was in people's streams, and they were like, oh, let's move on. Where's the cool games? I get it. This isn't that exciting because it's already been talked about. It's already been announced. It's coming out March 6th, just in a couple of days. But this game is fucking immaculate. Did you guys play It Takes Two? It Takes Two is one of the greatest gaming experiences out there to play with another player. You have to play it co-op. That is the beauty of it. And Split Faction is doing the same thing, but it seems to be having a much higher scope. Now, I think the story and the sort of smallness of It Takes Two is genius, but if that's where the developer wants to take this, to make it grand, to make it interesting, and to give it a sort of brand new feel, I'm super down with it. They've got dragons, they've got an interesting looking story, and yeah, you play the whole game co-op. So if you didn't like It Takes Two, you're probably not going to like this one, but I loved It Takes Two. I thought it was one of the greatest games ever, and I have been looking for a new game to play with my boyfriend, so this is exciting. Split Faction, just in a couple of days. I was just excited to see a little bit more of it. I know we got a blowout at the Game Awards about it, and it's literally coming out very soon, but that was cool. One of the only games I really cared about was in this direct, so hype. But then we got a new FNAF game, Secrets of Mimic. I don't know if this has already been shown off or announced to any other surprise, but I think for my streaming endeavor, I might start playing some FNAF games and some horror games so that we can get some content, because I think that would be super fun and super interesting for you guys, and probably horrifying for me, because I don't know if you guys know, but I played The Last of Us, the first one. I had nightmares. I had nightmares about that game, okay? I don't know if I can handle FNAF, but I've been getting a lot of TikToks about it. I think it's time that I maybe check it out. The Midnight Walk on May 8th is coming out. This is kind of a weird type game. This reminded me a lot of, like, oh god, what is that called? He did Frankenweenie and all those weird claymation-y type thing. God, what is his name? Oh my God, he's so famous. That's crazy. It looks like a Tim Burton game, kind of. I don't know. It's not something I'm super into, but it's sort of like a Tim Burton style platformer-y thing from what I saw. I don't know. Onimusha, The Way of the Sword is 2026. It looks like it looks kind of like Rise of the Ronin adjacent, I would say, but then also it looks a lot like all of these samurai games that we've been getting recently, but it doesn't look bad and could sort of be an interesting game. Got more info on Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, which comes out in August, the like August 28th, which is cool. It looks good. I don't know. I'm not the biggest into these games, but maybe this is the game that gets me into them. We will have to see. But then we basically got nothing. We got a bunch of game catalogs, different stuff that they're doing, until the very end when we got to see what Housemarque has been working on, the same people who made Returnal, and they are making a game called Saros that's going to be a PlayStation exclusive. It looks cool, but it's coming out in 2026. So in 2025, what do we have to look forward to, chat, from PlayStation themselves? Literally nothing. And that's super unfortunate because after the year that they had last year with things like Astrobot, you know, going to the success that it did, I had hoped and prayed that this sort of smaller scale would be appealing to Sony. They would realize that putting out more games to a certain extent is pretty important, right? We are waiting years and years and years for these masterpieces to come out. Half the time they don't come out. Half the time they come out underbaked or half-baked or whatever the hell. Whatever temperature is incorrect. You know what I mean? And I need them to get back to what they were good at. Put out some damn games. Like, where is Infamous? Where is the Little Big Planet? Where's Ratchet & Clank, Sly Cooper? All of these franchises that they have that they are doing absolutely nothing. We haven't seen anything about Wolverine, a game that has been, you know, like talked about forever. Where are all these Marvel properties? Right? There's so much that they can pull on. I think it's kind of insane that in 2025, we have like genuinely nothing to look forward to from Sony this year, which is such a pain in the ass. I want to dust off my PS5. I really do. But I think other than playing Split Faction, that's not going to happen. And that sucks. That genuinely sucks. I don't know why you would have a presentation to announce such nothing burgers like this, because it was totally full of just third parties and things like that. But like, I just don't get the appeal. Why would you host this sort of presentation to deliver literally nothing to the fans who are begging you for more games day in and day out? Sony, you gotta put out the games. It's been such a thing with companies this generation. They don't want to put out games. Games are what sells your console. Games are what makes people buy your damn console. Games are what pushes hardware, right? It's just like if Nintendo didn't have the games that they have coming out on the Switch, I don't think it would have done as well as it did, right? We have some major pushers that came out with that like Animal Crossing, of course, Mario Kart, Smash, the Marios, the Zeldas, like all the stuff that comes out on that are reasons to buy that system. But for the PlayStation 5, this year, PlayStation is giving you 0 reasons to check it out. So I guess if you want to play third parties, it's your way to go, but it's just unfortunate, you know? PlayStation, I think, used to have some of the best exclusives, and I want to see them return to that. Astrobot was so amazing. Give us smaller scale games, Sony. We love that shit. Anyways, I'm gonna go rest my voice because I'm exhausted, I'm congested, I'm not feeling well, okay? To say the damn least. Thank you for joining me on this not so Nintendo discussion about the crap-ass state of that PlayStation showcase, if that's even what you could call it. I don't know if this is a controversial opinion. I just didn't see anything there I wanted, you know? It's cool. It's cool. Saros. It looks alright. It definitely looks alright. And I'm not super upset about it. But, come on, guys. We can do better, Sony. We can do so much better, bro. What is this gaming generation? It's unfortunate. Anyways, check out this video. It's a banger. It's a vibe. It's a good time. I will see you over there. I released a short film today. You can go watch that if you want. I mean, it's just like something I worked on for a long time, and I was gonna not make a video today because of my voice and all that stuff, but here we are.